Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English. This is Mukesh Soni. Friends, in this video we shall have a discussion of the important questions of a famous speech, My Vision for India, delivered by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. And this speech is prescribed under Bangalore University and Bangalore North University for third semester BA Generic English. So let's have a discussion and you need to answer those questions in a paragraph. Question number one: what are Abdul Kalam's three visions for India? The most important question for the examination, friends. Please take care. This is the most important question. The speech titled My Vision for India was delivered by former President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, on 25th May 2011 at IIT Hyderabad, India. Dr. Kalam mentions three visions for India. He says that in 3,000 years of our history, people from all over the world have come and invaded us, captured our lands, conquered our minds. From Alexander onwards, the Greeks, the Turks, the Mughals, the Portuguese, the British, the French, the Dutch, all of them came and looted us, took over what was ours. Yet we have not done this to any other nation. So first vision by Dr. Kalam, and the first vision is here freedom. Dr. Kalam says that we have not conquered anyone. We have not grabbed the land, the culture, the history, and tried to enforce a way of life on them because we respect the freedom of others. Hence, his first vision is that of freedom. He believes that India got its first vision of this in 1857 when we started the War of Independence. It is this freedom that we must protect and nurture and build on. And if we are not free, no one will respect us. Second vision, development. Speaking on his second vision, Dr. Kalam further mentions that we have 10% growth rate in most areas. Our poverty levels are falling, our achievements are being globally recognized today, yet we lack the self-confidence to see ourselves as a developed nation, self-reliant and self-assured. So he mentions his second vision he mentions second vision for India as development. First, freedom. Second is development. He says that for 50 years we have been a developing nation. It is a time we see ourselves as a developed nation. We are among top 5 nations in the world in terms of GDP. The third vision, India must stand up to the world. Further, Dr. Kalam mentions his third vision for India, and it's India must stand up for the world to the world. He believes that unless India stands up to the world, no one will respect us. Only strength respects strength. We must be strong not only as a military power, but also as an economic power. Both must go hand in hand. Dr. Kalam feels lucky to have worked with three great minds: Dr. Vikram Sarabhai of the Department of Space, Professor Satish Dhawan, who succeeded him, and Dr. Brahma Prakash, the father of nuclear material. He considers this the great opportunity of his life. So these were the three visions. Question number two: what was the conversation between Kalam and a 14-year-old girl? So when Dr. Kalam was delivering his lecture in IIT Hyderabad, a 14-year-old girl asked his autograph. He asked her about her goal in life. She replied that she wants to live in a developed nation, developed India. Dr. Kalam responded, he said, for her, you and I will have to build this developed India. You must proclaim India is not an underdeveloped nation, it's a highly developed nation. Question number three: why does Abdul Kalam echo J.F. Kennedy's words and how does it relate to Indians according to him? Dr. Kalam further says that India must be proclaimed as a highly developed nation, not an underdeveloped nation. You can say that our government is inefficient. You say that our laws are too old. You say that municipality does not pick up the garbage. You say that phones don't work. You say that railways are a joke. You say that airlines is the worst in the world and the mails never reach their destination. You say that our country has been fed to the dogs and is the absolute pits. You say, but what do you do about it? Dr. Kalam finally echoes J.F. Kennedy's words to his fellow Americans to relate to Indians, and he says, ask what we can do for India and do what has to be done to make India what America and the other Western countries are today. Question number 4. Describe in your own words how Kalam's vision turned into reality, or critically analyze the speech. So this could be a summary. Another way, in the famous speech, Three Visions for India in IIT Hyderabad, Dr. Kalam pleads for Indians to be involved in the nation building process and to make India a developed nation. The main focus of Kalam's Three Visions for India is on developing India to its fullest capacity while facing challenges to the rest of the world with fully validated self-respect and dignity for the achievements that have been obtained in the modern times. Being the father of India's integrated guided missile program, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam mentions three visions for India based on the achievements and progress that he witnessed in the history of the nation and during his own career as a missile scientist. In his speech, he explains the reason why should we handle our own freedom, characteristics of a developed nation, drawbacks of Indians and the invaders who invades our culture, land, and wealth. Dr. Kalam revealed that he had three dreams and visions for India, that is freedom, development, and standing up. He highlights the importance of his visions by explaining that how they can play a crucial role in India's growth and development. In his first vision, he says that if we are not free, then no one will respect us. In 3,000 years of history, people from all over the world had come and invaded us, captured our land, and conquered our minds. He believed that India had already its first vision of freedom in the year 1857 when the War of Independence began. Kalam's second vision was to transform India into a developed nation by the year 2020 through the development of core competencies. India is among the top 5 nations of the world in terms of gross domestic product and have 10% growth in most areas. The prerequisite of self-respect is self-reliance, as a developed nation should be self-reliant and self-assured. His third vision was that India must stand up to the world, because unless it stands up to the world, no one will respect us. We must be strong not only as a military power but also as an economic power, because people tend to respect those who are strong. While giving the lecture, a 14-year-old girl asked Dr. Kalam for an autograph. When he asked about her goal in life, she replied that she wants to live in a developed India. Kalam insists all his Indian sisters and brothers that we should try our best to build this developed India and declare it confidently. India could become as great a nation as the United States of America or any European country if its people stop criticizing their own government and other institutions. A change in attitude is required. Instead of complaining, people should participate in the process of development by resolving the problems on their own. So friends, this is how I have solved the questions of the speech delivered by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. If you have any questions, you can mail me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. All the speeches, videos, and the play and all the videos of the third semester BA Generic English are already done. You can go through the links of those videos in the description box. If you like the channel, subscribe the channel, like the channel, share the link to your friends. Thank you once again.